Hello everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the session today. Hope you all can hear me. Can you guys confirm once? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay, great. Thanks for confirming. So let us start this session. If you guys remember, yesterday we have completed the demo one, right? So in this demo session, we have seen GCP, what is data engineering. And after that, I have also told you about what is Google Cloud Platform. And we have seen the detailed course curriculum. Right, so we have seen this is what we have seen in the yesterday's demo session. Today we are having the demo 2, right? So we are having the demo 2. In this session we are going to see how to interact with GCP services, how to interact with the Google Cloud services. So this is what we are going to see, right? How many ways that we have to interact with the GCP services. This is very basic session that we are going to have today, guys. Very important session as well. Okay, so if you guys are right, we have already know that Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider. Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider. It provides you a plenty of services. It provides you a plenty of services, such as, like you can see here, it provides you the compute services. It provides you identity and security services. It provides you management tools, networking services, big data services, storage and database services, and machine learning services. Sir, Google Cloud Platform is offering you plenty of these services, sir. But sir, if I wanted to interact with the GCP services, how do we interact with them? What are the different methods are there to interact with these GCP services? If you ask me, so there are totally 4 methods are there to interact with the GCP services, right? So there are totally 4 mainly. One is console. The very first method is console. The second method is cloud shell. The third one is cloud SDK. And the fourth one is APIs and third-party tools. APIs and third-party tools. Totally, we have 4 methods are there to interact with the GCP services. Okay, so one, console. Second one is cloud shell. Third one is SDK. Fourth one is third-party tools, APIs and third-party tools. So in today's session, we are going to understand each and everything in a deep way, so that you guys can understand how to interact with each method in detail. Right? So let us try to understand. First thing, what is the first method of interacting with the GCP services, guys? Tell me. The very first method is Cloud Console, right? Sir, what is Cloud Console? If you ask me, Cloud Console is a web-based. Sir, Google Cloud Platform is offering you a plenty of interface method. One is Cloud Console. Sir, Cloud Console is a web-based, nothing but it is available over the web. It is a web-based graphical user interface. Graphical user interface. So a console is a web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services. How do we interact with the GCP services, sir? How do we interact with the GCP services here? We are going to interact with the visual interface here. We are going to interact with the GCP services visually. So if you wanted to interact with the GCP services, you are going to interact with the GCP services visually. So that is what is console. Okay, sir, console is a web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services. Okay, sir, can you show me? For example, if you ask me, so let me go to the Google Cloud Platform. So I'm going to tell you how to create an account in the tomorrow session, guys. In the next regular session, nothing but tomorrow. We are going to have a regular sessions from tomorrow onwards. I'm going to tell you how to create a free tier account in the GCP. For now, you don't have to worry about it. I will tell you how to create a free tier account in the GCP. But just now on, just understand that we have a free account creation. That's where we are going to do all the practice and lab sessions in the Google Cloud portal itself. Right? So let me gonna go to that portal. So this is how the interface for the Google Cloud platform looks like. This is how the interface for the Google Cloud platform looks like. Oh, my free trial is over. Okay, not, that's fine. So you can see here, guys, in the interface, you can be able to interact with any of the services. For example, if you wanted to interact with the cloud storage, you can just click on the cloud storage. You can go to the cloud storage. You can able to list out all the buckets. You can even create a bucket also. You can go to a specific path as well. Right, so all of these things are here. If I wanted to interact with the GCP services, this is what is a console. If I wanted to click on create bucket, I can just click on create bucket. So you can just provide create the the details to create the bucket, or you can see I can just click on this one. I am able to list out all the buckets. You see, I am able to list out all the buckets. So this is what is a console, everyone, which is a graphical user interface. You see, you are going to interact with the GCP services visually. You are going to interact with the GCP services visually, either creating a resource, or updating the resource, or deleting the resource, or you wanted to listing out, or you wanted to get the permissions, assign the permissions, revoke the permissions, whatever the activity that you guys wanted to do, you can able to do it with the help of the console, which is a graphical user interface. Right, what we can do, sir, if you ask me, with the help of the console, we can able to create any resource. Right, we can create any resource, update any resource, or delete any resource. You can able to do it, any kind of an action that you will be able to do it on the resources. Not only that, you can assign the permissions, you can revoke the permissions also. Right, if you wanted to provide some kind of a permissions to some of the persons, you can also do it from here. So this is what, even more things also you can able to do it, guys. So this is what is a console. Right, so this is what is a console. But you guys see here, Google Cloud Platform is offering you the services, and you are going to create the resources. There is a small confusion people may be having it. Sir, what is a service? What is a resource? Services are offered by the Google Cloud Platform, and resources are created under those services. Resources are created by the user. Right, sir? Services are offered by the Google Cloud Platform. Right? So you can see here, for example, the example service is BigQuery. Assume that BigQuery is a service. Under the BigQuery, you can create any number of tables. So tables are the resources, right? So Google Cloud Platform offering you a plenty of the services, guys. Google Cloud Platform is offering you a plenty of the services. So the services are offered by the GCP, and resources are created by whom? The resources are created by the users. Example, BigQuery is offered by the GCP, and we can create any number of tables under the BigQuery. Data set, tables, views, those are all called as a resources or objects. Okay, so that is what. Now if you wanted to create any kind of a resources, sir, if you wanted to create any kind of resources, or delete any kind of resources, update any kind of resources, or assign the permissions to those resources, or revoke the permissions to those resources, you can do it from the console. Right, so console is one of the web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services. Okay, so that is what is a console. I hope you guys got an idea. So you can see here, guys, so this is what is a console. Whatever you are seeing here, that is what is a console, everyone. Okay, so the next thing, what is the next thing, sir? So for example, what is the second method? Can you guys tell me? Cloud shell. Yes, shell. Shell is a second method, guys, to interact with the GCP services. Sir, can anyone guess it? What is a console and, sorry, what is a cloud shell? Any guesses on the cloud shell? What could be a cloud shell? Sir, console is a graphical user interface, and cloud shell is a command line interface. Sir, it is also a web-based command line interface. It is a web-based command line interface to interact with the GCP services. How do we interact with the GCP services in the command line interfaces, guys? Tell me. How do we interact with the command line interfaces?
To Linux command.
With the help of the commands, isn't it? So if one wanted to interact with any of the services in the Google Cloud platform, you have a second method that is called as Cloud Shell. Sir, Cloud Shell is a web-based. Sir, Cloud Shell is a web-based command line interface. It is a web-based command line interface to interact with the GCP services via commands. Via commands, you are going to interact with it. Sir, can you show me where is the Cloud Shell? If you ask me where is the Cloud Shell, which is a command line interface, right? So, sir, Cloud Shell is a command line interface which is available over the web only. So that's the reason it is available over the web. So that is nothing. But if you can see here on the screen, on the top right corner, you see one of the option that is activate Cloud Shell button. So this is where we have a Cloud Shell terminal or Cloud Shell option. So if you guys wanted to interact with the GCP services via commands, you can go for this particular option. You can click on this one. The moment you click on it, bottom you will be able to see a terminal gets opened. Just click on it. You see at the bottom, terminal is getting opened for us. Click on authorize. Right. You can see here, guys. So this is what is a command line interface. And instead of dragging and moving up and down, right, we can also just open this entire window in the new tab. We can open this Cloud Shell terminal in the new tab. Just click on open new so that that entire terminal or the command line interface gets opened in the new tab. You should be able to see it in the new tab, right? So you can close it here. So this is console and this is Cloud Shell. In the Cloud Shell, if you guys wanted to interact with the GCP services, we have to issue a command. We have to issue a command, right? So for example, sir, just now we were listing out all the buckets. Sir, I would like to interact with the cloud storage. Sir, I would like to list out all the buckets. See, I'm able to list out all the buckets using the command visual interface, right? With help of the visual interface, we are able to list down all the buckets. So total, there are 9 buckets are there. Sir, I would like to do the same thing here. Sir, I would like to list down, some of the buckets from the Cloud Shell also. I would like to list down all the buckets from the Cloud Shell also. For that one, we have to issue a command. Here, we are not going to understand about the command. In our upcoming sessions, we will see how do we learn those commands. But in this session today, we are going to understand what are the different methods of interaction. Right? The second method of interaction is a Cloud Shell, where you have to interact with the GCP services via commands. For example, if you wanted to list down all the buckets, you can just issue a command called gs-util-ls. Don't worry about the command. I will talk about it later. You can see here, guys, we are able to list down all the buckets. Right? You can see all the 9 buckets are listed down here. So if one wanted to interact with the GCP services via commands, we have one of the option that is called as Cloud Shell. With the help of the Cloud Shell, you can able to create, update, delete the resources also, assign and revoke the permissions as well. Whatever you are able to achieve it with help of the console, you should be able to achieve it with help of the Cloud Shell as well. So that is what is Cloud Console and Cloud Shell, everyone. Right? So one is Cloud Console, the second one is Cloud Shell. Cloud Console is a web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services visually. But Cloud Shell is web-based command line interface to interact with GCP services via commands. So that means if I wanted to create something, I have to issue a command. Delete something, I have to issue a command. Update something, I have to issue a command. So that is what it is. Now, let us try to understand the third method also. Tell me guys, what is the third method of interacting with the GCP services?
SDK.
Right. So there is a cloud SDK. Can anyone guess it? What is mean by SDK? Any guesses? Any guesses, guys? What is mean by SDK? Sir, SDK is nothing but software development kit. Sir, it is a software, sorry. Software development kit. Sir, it is a software development kit. So if one wanted to use the SDK, you have to download the SDK and install it according to the operating system. So if one wanted to use the SDK, you have to download it according to your operating system and install it. So this is something that, sir, what is actually SDK? Sir, SDK is a local based. I call it as a local based because if you guys wanted to interact with the GCP services, sir, if you guys wanted to interact with the GCP services from the local machine, in that case, you can use SDK. So Cloud Shell is a web-based, Cloud SDK is a local-based, but both are command line interfaces. But if you ask me, sir, both are command line interfaces. So you can see here, this is what it is, SDK. Sir, what is SDK? If you ask me, sir, SDK is nothing but a command line interface, which is also a command line interface, everyone. So SDK as well as Cloud Shell, both are same. But what is difference here? So the difference is that Cloud Shell is coming from the web base, so you don't have to install it. So for example, if you guys wanted to interact with the GCP services via commands from the web, in that case, you can go for the Cloud Shell. But Cloud SDK is a software development kit. If you guys wanted to interact with the GCP services from the local machine, from your local machine, if you guys wanted to interact with the GCP services via commands, you can go for the SDK. Again, whatever you are able to achieve using the console, Cloud Shell, you should be able to achieve the same thing using the Cloud SDK also. Okay, Cloud SDK also you can do that. So this is the third interface method, guys, that is Cloud SDK. That is Cloud SDK. Okay, so let me gonna show you. For example, sir, it is a software development kit, sir. How do we download it, sir? How do we install it? So to do that, first thing is we have to download it. Sir, how to download it? Sir, Cloud SDK, Google Cloud SDK download. You can search for this one. Google Cloud SDK download. Just click on enter button and go to the very first page, install the Google Cloud CLI. Click on this one. See, you are going to install the SDK or CLI, both are same. If you guys wanted to install it according to the operating system, you have to do it, sir. If your operating system of your machine, if your local machine operating system is a Linux, you have to select Linux, or Debian or Ubuntu, Red Hat, Fedora, CentOS, Mac OS, or Windows. According to the operating system, you have to download it and install it. Most of our systems are Windows based, so I'm going to select the Windows here. Download the Windows. I'm going to select the Windows and I'm downloading the Google Cloud CLI, nothing but SDK. Just click on hit this button so that you see at the top it is downloaded already. It is hardly 260 KB. It is hardly 260 KB, so it is already downloaded, you guys see. Sir, once it is downloaded, what is the next step that we have to do? Tell me. Once it is downloaded, just double click on it. It will be opening one more window for us to install it. Whenever you guys wanted to install something, just click on next, agree, next, next, install. That's it. The moment you click on install button, it will take some time for the installation, right? So you have to download your SDK according to your operating system. For your example, if your operating system is a Mac OS, you select the Mac OS and download it and install it on top of your local machine. So this is what you have to do. Once it is installed, So once it is installed, you go to the search box, Windows Start, search with the SDK. Once it is installed, you should be able to find out in your local machine, sir, right? So this is what is your local machine. So this is what is your local machine. Go to the Windows Start, search for SDK, and click on the very first one, SDK. So this is how SDK will open here, guys. So this is what is SDK, everyone. So SDK is what, sir? Local machine. From the local machine, if one wanted to interact with the GCP services via commands, so that is what is Google Cloud SDK. Sir, I would like to issue a command to list down all the buckets. So you can run gsutil ls. You can also run the same command here. Then it will list down all the buckets. So you see guys here, we are able to list down all the 9 buckets also here. Okay. So the commands are same. Don't worry about that. So whatever the commands that you are using here, the commands here and the commands are here. Both are same. Okay. The only difference is that this is web based, this is local based. You don't have to download it, but you have to download this one. Okay. So this is what is console, cloud shell and cloud SDK. You can create something, update something, delete something. For example, let us try to do a delete action, maybe for your understanding. Sir, let us see here. I have here bucket. Okay, let us see here. Test console, test SDK, test shell. Right? You see, guys, test console is there. Sir, this test console, which I wanted to, there's a test bucket called console, test console. I would like to delete it from this particular thing, from the console. I'm trying to delete it from the console. You see, selecting this one and trying to delete it. See, we are able to delete one of the bucket. Test console is deleted, right? So one can able to create the resource or delete the resource from the console. Similarly, sir, I would like to delete so you can see here this one, cloud shell, this bucket I wanted to delete it. Sir, how do we delete it? The command is gsutil rm and you issue up this one, the bucket name is this one. So if you guys look at here, test shell, okay, sorry, it is having some folder, we will use -r. Click on enter so that you will be able to download it, sorry, delete it. See here, guys, so the bucket is deleted, you see. Now if you go here, the shell option will also be not there. If you refresh it, that will also be deleted, you see. So one can able to delete it from the cloud shell also. Sir, what about the cloud SDK? You can also do it from SDK also. So gsutil rm-r, the bucket name is SDK, which I wanted to delete it. Sir, I'm deleting this particular bucket. You see, gsutil rm. Don't worry about the commands. I'll talk about it later in very advanced way. How do you remember also, I'll tell you. Click on enter. You should be able to see that particular bucket is removed. So now if you go, guys, here, this bucket will also be gone if I refresh it. See, that's also gone. See, we have three test buckets were there. One is console, cloud shell and cloud SDK. We are able to successfully delete them. We can also create it. We can also delete it. We can also modify it. So all of these things that we can able to do it with three interfaces, guys, that is console, cloud shell and cloud SDK. So these are the three important interface methods. Let me gonna give a pause here before we going to the fourth method. Fourth method is straightforward. And before we go to the fourth method of interacting with the GCP services, tell me, guys, anyone have any questions on this console, cloud shell and cloud SDK? Please raise your hand if you guys have any questions. Please raise your hand, guys. Do not talk directly, please. Please raise your hand always. Any questions, anyone? Yes, Manish Kumar.
So, sir, is there any major difference in Cloud Shell and Cloud SDK?
No.
Both are on only command based. So, whatever command we can write in Cloud Shell, that
Correct.
will work in Cloud SDK also.
Yes.
So, so what are the major differences between them?
No, Cloud Shell is from the web based. From your Google Cloud
Hmm.
platform, you have to access it. Cloud SDK is from the local machine. That's the
Okay,
difference, right? Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yes, Soumya.
Sir, what is bucket?
We will see it. What is a bucket? Is a storage container. How to store the data is a bucket, but that's not the point today. Yes,
Okay.
right. So here, these are the different methods to interact with the GCP services, guys. The very first method which we have seen is the console. Second one is Cloud Shell. Third one is Cloud SDK. So these are the three interface methods that we have seen today, guys. And the fourth method of interacting with the GCP services is not all the time we are going to use it, because it depends on the company's requirement. Okay, so for example, APIs and third party tools. For example, assume that there is a one of the service in the Google Cloud platform. Assume that there is a one of the service called BigQuery. Okay, so one of the service called BigQuery here. In the BigQuery, there is a sales table is there. So what is BigQuery? BigQuery is a one of the data warehouse platform. Okay, a database, kind of a database you can think of. Inside that you have a one of the sales table. Okay, so there is a one of the tool called Power BI. Do you guys know about Power BI? Anyone by any chance?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What is
yes.
Power BI, guys? What is Power BI?
Power
Reporting
BI
tool.
It's a reporting tool.
Correct,
visualization tools.
correct. Okay, BI, business intelligence, nothing but visualization, reporting, dashboarding tool, right? So now in the Power BI, if you guys wanted to, you are going to create some kind of a dashboards. Okay, so you are creating some kind of a dashboards, right? So these are the dashboards you are creating. So why these dashboards are empty? These dashboards are empty now because it is not showing anything. Why it is empty? Because if you guys wanted to showcase something, you need to have a data. Okay, you need to have a data, right? So you see, a Power BI is a third party tool to extract the data, to connect it to the BigQuery. It connects it to the BigQuery for the data, right? So you see, a BigQuery is a one of the Google Cloud Platform service, and it can be connected to the third party tools, whether maybe for data extraction or data loading, whatever it is, right? So that you can see, we can also use third party tools to interact with the GCP services. So this is called as a third party tool. So Power BI is a third party tool. So the Google Cloud Platform, it is a third party, right? External tool. So it is a third party tool which is interacting with the GCP services. That is also we can do it. So this is what is a fourth method, right? So a third party tool also can be able to interact with the GCP services, maybe for extracting the data, maybe for loading the data, or maybe for different purposes. Purpose is not important today. Okay, the requirement is that whether they can able to interact with the GCP services from the third party tools or not. So they can able to do it, guys. So this is what is called as interacting with the third party tools. So this is what is fourth method of interacting with the GCP services, right? Not only that, not only that, sometimes you wanted to, maybe for example, GCS. Let us take a one more service called GCS. In Google Cloud Platform, you have a GCS. Okay, in the GCS, you wanted to copy a file from one location to another location, or you may wanted to move a file from one location to another location, or you may wanted to create a bucket also, right? You wanted to create some kind of a resources also, right? Any kind of a resources or buckets, or if you wanted to copy the files, you can also do it from the programming languages. You can also interact with these buckets with the help of the programming languages such as Python, for example. For example, you can use Python or Java or Node.js or PHP or different C, C++, different languages are there. If one wanted to interact with the GCP services, maybe for creating any kind of resources, for example, creating a cluster or creating a bucket or creating a table, right? Any activity, right? If they wanted to do it, so they are going to do it via client libraries. Okay, so this is what we call it. These are all called as a client libraries, nothing but programming languages. So client libraries, so one can able to interact with the clients also via clients also. This is called as client libraries. So this is again a fourth method only, right? So these are the different methods are there to interact with the GCP services. Maybe one more method. For example, there is a one of the database in the Google Cloud platform, right? Like you in a Cloud SQL, you have a one of the database, sales database. Under that, you have a one of the table called the sales table only, right? So assume that there is a one application, there is one front end application is there. That front end application is trying to push the data to this particular sales table. Whenever you are going to, so if someone interacting with this application, right? Usually you go to the e-commerce platform, you try to interact with the platform, right? You try to interact with the platform. So whenever someone is interacting with an application, e-commerce platforms, so that's where the data is getting generated. So this application is supported by a backend database. This application is supported by this backend database, right? This data will go to this particular table, right? So what is this way of interaction, sir? What is this way of interaction? Can you guys tell me? What is this way of interaction? So this is what is called as a API. So via application programming interfaces, API. So this is called as a fourth method of interaction, right? So this is again fourth method. So in the fourth method, either it is third party or client libraries or APIs. So an application can interact with any of the service in the Google Cloud platform via API, application programming interfaces. So these are the different methods are there. The fourth method, and this is not important also. The fourth method is, it is not common all the time. This is not common all the time, guys, because you have to understand one thing. Console, Cloud Shell, Cloud SDK, developers will use it according to their requirement. 1 minute, please. Hey, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. So we were talking about this one, right? So we have three methods, that is console, cloud shell, and cloud SDK. These are the things which we are going to use it all the time. But if there is a requirement in the company to use the Power BI, so that's where the third party tool interaction will come into the picture. If there is a way to, or if your requirement is to interact with via programming languages, that's where this client libraries comes into the picture. Or if you have an application, so these are the things, that these are the four methods to interact with the GCP services, maybe from the console, maybe from the cloud shell, or maybe from the cloud SDK, or the third party tools or client libraries or APIs. So these are the four methods to interact with the GCP services, everyone. These are the four methods to interact with the GCP services. Okay. Now let me gonna give you few minutes for you to ask the question if you guys have any. Anyone have any questions? Okay, I may ask you one question. Why do we have to interact with the GCP services? Tell me first. Why do we have to interact with GCP services? Right? The question is very simple and straightforward. Tell me the answer, please. If you guys know it. Anyone?
Yeah, sir. To use the resources.
Right. Good, good, good. So you as a data engineer may wanted to store the data, may wanted to process the data, isn't it? May wanted to process the data or analyze the data or visualize the data or governance or maybe different data pipeline creation, right? So these are the different things. If you guys wanted to do all of these things, right, you as a data engineer, to do all of these activities, we must interact with the GCP services, right? Maybe for storing you have to interact with one of the service, for processing one service, for analyzing one more service, or for visualizing one more service. So these are the different requirements. There is a different cloud computing services already available to interact with those things. So we have four methods are there, guys, here. So that is what is console. One is console, right? And the second one is cloud shell, and the third one is cloud SDK, and the fourth one is others, I would say. So these are the others, right? So this is called is the third. In the second demo, this is something that I would like to talk about today. How to interact with GCP services, which is very important. Everyone must know. And we have also seen how to download the SDK and install it also, we have seen, right? Yes. So this is where I wanted to stop it today, guys. If you guys have any questions today on a high level, because we have completed both of the demo sessions today, guys. We have successfully completed both of the demo sessions today. From tomorrow onwards, the regular sessions are starting. The next session is regular. For those people who wanted to continue for the regular sessions, you have to complete the enrollment, right? Tomorrow, nothing but Monday onwards. Monday onwards, the regular sessions are starting, guys. Okay, so the regular sessions. So the demo sessions are free. Demo sessions are completed for those people who wanted to enroll. Because if you guys wanted to attend the regular sessions, you need to enroll for the course. Please complete your enrollment. Okay, complete your payment. And once the payment is completed, what you have to do is that get the Zoom link, because the Zoom link is going to be changing from tomorrow onwards, and get the access to the recordings. And the third one is get the access to my material as well. So this is something that what we have seen today, I'll show you. In the cloud basics, in the GCP introduction, which we have seen yesterday, GCP introduction, right? Google Cloud Platform is a suite of cloud computing services offered by the Google Cloud Platform. This is something that we have seen yesterday. This is what we have seen today. GCP interfaces, what is console, what is cloud shell, what is cloud SDK, right? So you can see the descriptions also, you have it here. Go ahead and you can see it. So for those people who wanted to continue for the regular sessions, please complete your payment. Once you complete the payment, get the access to the Zoom link, recordings and material. So this is what I wanted to tell you guys. Tomorrow onwards, the regular sessions. Okay. Complete the enrollments as soon as possible. Yes. Tell me guys, any questions now? Please raise your hand if anyone have any questions, please. Yes, Manish.
Sir, is there any parallel batch also
No,
to complete this
no,
course quickly? Okay.
no, no. We will be having these sessions, and these are regular. And many
Mhm.
people are actually asking for a crash course, and so we have to plan it maybe over the weekends. Maybe weekend batch we have to plan for a crash course. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Soumya, you have any question?
Sir, actually, you have told about API, right?
Yes.
In this course, we are going to learn how to
Yes.
write APIs.
Not write API. We don't create any APIs. We extract the data from the API, right? So that's
Okay.
something that we are going to see. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Venkat. You have any question? I can't hear you. Anyone have any questions, guys? Please.
Sir, we will learn a Spark also, right? I mean,
Yes, of
through
course, of
Spark.
course.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, that is important, right? For a data engineer. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So in that, we need Hadoop knowledge also, right?
Not required. For Spark, you don't need Hadoop knowledge. Both
So
are different.
through Spark, we can directly connect to the GCP, right? Is that
No, we have GCP
right?
services for the Spark. You don't need to
Okay,
connect it. Yes, yes,
okay,
yes.
okay. Thank you.
Yes, anyone have any questions, guys? Okay, sir, if you do not have any questions, we can wind up the session. I hope you guys have enjoyed the sessions thoroughly. And if you guys wanted to continue for further sessions, please complete your payment and get the access to the Zoom. Okay. Okay, guys. Hoping to see you in tomorrow's session. Have a great day. Bye bye, guys. We will meet tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
guys.
you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you all. Bye bye.